Hello, back again to make another couple of review packet questions. I had a question that was directed at number 90 and then 90 through 93, basically, all kind of dealing with ratios. So question number 90, if you look at it, says, here's a line segment from -2, 1 to 4, 7. Determine the coordinates of the point that divides the segment in the ratio of 2 to 1. So basically that means, well, I'll show you. We'll go back to our whiteboard. I don't know how to do that. Let's see here. Whiteboard, here we go. So if we have our coordinate plane, draw it as nice as possible. And the points are -2, 1. So let's say -1, 2, -2. It's not going to be exact, but it's going to be okay. 1 and 4, 7. Let's do like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's call this 1 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. So just kind of a rough point, but that's okay. So -2, 1 is right here, and 4, 7 is right here. And it's asking if you were to connect those lines, what would be the point that would divide the segment into a ratio of 2 to 1? So what that means is I want to take this line and find where on it I could put a point or a dot or something that would break the line into two parts, like let's say here, where one side is twice as long as the other, essentially. So the way you do that, well, the way you do that, the easiest way, is one, you got to find the distance of that line. So if I draw my right triangle here, that allows me to find the distance. Because remember, distance formula you can use, you can also know that it's a right triangle. So this right here is 6. And this right here is 6, which means you could do Pythagorean theorem, but it's a 45, 45, 90. So you should know that the other side is 6√2. Now, how does that help us? We need to split 6√2 into two parts, one that's twice as big as the other. So what we should really do is we should split it into 3 parts, because that's the total of the ratio here. And that means I can split this into 3 equal segments of 2√2. Now, how does that help me? Well, that helps me because if I, let me get a different color, start here, and I go over 2 and up 2, that puts me right about here. This line segment would be 2√2. Then if I did that again, I would get another 2√2, right? Because that's how special right triangles work. So if I go over 2, and then I go up here, then I have another 2√2, and then I go finally over here and another 2√2, right? So I've broken it up into 3 segments, right, of equal length, but the one that's going to divide it in 2 to 1 ratio is going to be that point right there. This side of the line segment is going to be twice as big as this side because there's 2 triangles versus 1, right? So that means we can use our common sense here. If this is 2√2 and this is 2√2, that's 4√2. The coordinates of this point, which would do that, are 2, 5. And that is the answer. 2, 5 would split that into a ratio of 2 to 1. So this side of the triangle is now twice as big as this side, and that's exactly what a 2 to 1 ratio means. So 1, you got to find the distance of that side, and then 2, you got to split it into 3 equal parts, one of which will be 2 of the parts, the other one will be 1 of the parts. I'll do some more videos in the next one. some more questions in the next